I am here. Sorry if that scared any of you guys. If it did. Helix Alpha, thank you so much for the 3 months. Mania, thank you so much for the 5 months. Welcome back, guys. And his V, thank you so much for the 5 months. And freaking CBHL Ready, thank you so much for the 55 months. Welcome back. Dude. Like, am I... Like, was that from before? I can't tell if... Like, CVHL gifted another 100 subs when I was offline. It was last night. I feel so bad that I wasn't here. What the heck? He did it on purpose? Why? Oh my god. That's just crazy. We are literally 22 subs away. Or, sorry, wait, I can't do math. No, you know what? I'm not gonna take it back. We're 22 subs away from 1,000. I can't do math. I can't do math. I'm not taking it back. You guys can't see. Only I can see. So you know what? Yeah, it's 3. Oh no, it's 10 now. It's 10. No, Keone can see. No, we're very close. We're very close. Bro, my brain just... But that's because we had an awesome night last night, which is why I translated to this. Let me see if this light... Turning this light is better. Okay. I never thought that my bathroom light would contribute to my lighting, but here we are. Keone, thank you! Happy New Year! Happy New Year, guys. We're at 1,000 subbies. Let's go. Thank you. CBHL and a lot of people carried. Hard carry. Thank you guys so much for the subbies. I appreciate it all. Happy New Year. I had a great time. OTV had like a New Year's party yesterday. There's a good amount of people there. It gave me old. It's not the same. It's not the same because we have met so many more people now, and there's so many more like people from different games or genres of things. But it felt like old school, a little bit actually old school OTV party, which was so fun. It was at the house, and it was like a bunch of alcohol on the table and everyone could just pour their own shots, which is exactly how it used to be. I think actually there's been a phase where there are a lot of parties where they would have like a bartender. And I don't know how to describe it, but like having a bartender where you have to line up to wait or order drinks with people is a completely different vibe than when there's a shitload of alcohol just at a kitchen island or table and you just like pour your own shots, you know? Generally, people get more fucked up because they're pouring their own shots and everything. But I would rather that than have you wait a billion years in line and then you get one drink and you're kind of like, and you don't feel anything. You're just kind of like, well, I'm not even drunk. Like people are like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. So that, I don't know. It was perfect. I got to invite a lot of friends or a couple friends who aren't streamers, who aren't in the scene. And so I was kind of looking for them because I was worried that they wouldn't know anyone there. So I invited, I don't know if you guys know, there's like Yoshi and Peter Sudarso. They're like, it's funny because I didn't know that Toast knew. We ran to Yoshi because okay, sorry. I'm like going all over the place. Okay. They're brothers. They're not twins, but yeah, they're the Power Rangers. Yes, they were both the blue Power Ranger. I've gamed with them, yeah. And so I was hanging out with them because they didn't really know too many people there. I think Yoshi might have known a bit more people there, but Peter not as much. And him and his girlfriend were there, Jackie, and then we were just like And then they left early because they both had work early in the morning. And Yoshi, I expected to kind of leave early too, because he's a dad. He's kind of got like a whole regular schedule. He is way more human and ahead in like life, okay? Like he has like a beautiful wife and baby and everything. And he actually ended up staying a good amount of time. So I was like, wow, like, you know, you actually held out. Like you did so good. It was amazing. Anyway, so I was trying to make sure like they were okay. And then I also had two of my friends who I told you guys before, like there were these people who there's this couple who I met randomly at a party. And then they kind of, I didn't know too many people at this party that I was at. And they ended up taking me under their wing that night. They adopted me basically. I felt like their kid. And they're like, we'll introduce you to everyone. We know everyone here. And so they were like introducing me all night and just like I had like such a good time, and it was awesome and I loved them. And I got to kind of do it in return this time. I didn't expect to, like, I wasn't thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do exact same for them or anything. But I kind of wanted to see if they would be okay, because they actually did end up knowing a couple people at the party too already. But I was kind of like, just in case, I'll like check in on them occasionally or like whatever it is. And it ended up being opposite, where like I was actually the one who was like introducing them to people and everything, and it felt nice to kind of be able to return the favor. And I just love them. They're like awesome. And yeah, so we run into, me and Toast are like talking, and we run into Yoshi, and then Toast actually recognized, he's like, one of the blue Power Rangers, right? And I was like, I did not know that Toast would know that. Was he still watching Power Rangers? At what age? Mel, everyone, Happy New Year! Dang, that sweatshirt looks fire. Wonder when we get one of those. Yeah, I wonder where you could get one of these. Maybe January 4th. Maybe January 4th at an awesome website that you might be able to guess. But it's locked right now. It should be locked. If it's not, oops. I do have an official countdown. Let me double check. Maybe I should have checked before I told you guys that. Oh, it's definitely not locked yet. Wait, is it locked for you, Keone? Oh, it is locked. Okay, cool. Yeah, go to the site. It's not locked for me because I logged in, I think. Okay, thank God. Oops. Ooh, I almost messed that up for myself. I was like, oh, it's not locked. yvonnie.store. There it is. Yeah. Apparently SoMe.store was taken, which is really sad because it would have been perfect. Like, but you know, it's fine. I will use my name. I did not want to use my name, but it has to be done, I guess. But yes, merch will be out on January 4th. Oh, okay. Maybe if it could, maybe we'll let them know tomorrow. I'll try to remember. Yeah. But yeah, January 4th, the merch will be out. This is going to be one of the hoodies, and I love it so much. And it's so comfy, cozy, and it's so soft. I went to food with Jorg and Alvin yesterday, and then Jorg was like feeling my sweater. Because he was like, oh, I really like your sweater. And I was like, oh, it's actually like my merch. And he's like, whoa. And he like felt it. He was like, whoa, it's so soft. And I was like, yeah, right. I think it's so fucking small. Thank you for validating. Not that I didn't know that. Thank you. It was the outfit I got was actually from the wrong. It ended up being the wrong size. It ended up being a size too small. So, but it's okay. It worked out. Thank God I could still fit it. As I was zipping up the zipper, I was like, it's getting a little tight, and it's kind of scary because I don't know, because some of you guys know when you zip up something and on the like for the back, there's a lot of dresses and there's a lot of clothes sometimes where you zip up, and like if you just can't zip it up, it's like one of the most humbling feelings in the world. You just feel like, ah, I'm too fat. Like I can't fit this, and it just feels bad. Yeah, it sucked. So thank God it was getting tight, and then I was like, I don't know if I can fit that. And, oh, it went up. Oh, thank goodness. Zip up hoodies for merch. Any specific or logistic reason? So there is a reason for some things. CBHL, you gifted subs when I was offline. I saw, I was like, oh my god, but I wasn't here to like thank him and anything. Thank you. That is so freaking nice and crazy of you to get the 100 subs when like I'm not, bro. That is just so he really hit me with that one. Okay. Thank you so much for another 100 subs. What the fuck? Happy New Year. If you guys got subs from Keone CBHL, please thank them. Anyone that you guys have has ever gifted you a sub, just please thank them. This is just, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. You literally, like, we are literally already at 1,000 subs because of that. Thank you. Okay, genuine question though. Do you guys like zip up or hoodies? I actually like zip up. Hoodie is like a lazy thing, and I also like that too. Oh, well, actually I like both. Because maybe zip up, sometimes you have to wear two things. You have to wear I know, I was so dehydrated yesterday. I didn't even finish the whole New Year's thing yet. Oh my god. I'm not playing Lethal Company today. Today is GTA day, actually. I strongly prefer zip up. I love both for whatever reason. Sometimes it's just variety. But okay, so I'll explain to you kind of like the reasoning why sometimes some people only have hoodies and some people like have zip ups. For one, it might be a preference thing of the creator where they may not just like zip ups in general. They just want to make hoodies. But another thing is SKU. So you don't want to have sometimes too many options or too many SKUs. For me, I don't want to have too many options because it's more costly for me. Like, it makes sense for a company that's really big or a creator that's really big to have more SKUs because they're more likely to be able to sell that much. For me, like, I've never made merch before. I don't know my numbers at all. I don't even know how much I could sell. So, and then you need to like sell a certain amount for the company or for like the production to like even run like a batch for you sometimes, depending on what depending on what factory you work with. So you need a minimum of say like 150 units and stuff. So if I were to create like another thing, that's like another SKU, and then yeah, minimum quantity. So being a smaller creator, it is riskier. It is riskier to have that many and just not knowing the numbers and stuff. I think maybe like for me, I fucking love merch and I love kind of being able to have more options with things, but because it's my first launch, it's very I just don't know how it's gonna go, so I can't have too many things. I remember I wanted like actually double the amount of things that I actually ended up putting out now, because I have 4 things. I wanted like 8, and then Henry was like, yeah, that's gonna be really hard because we don't know how much it'll sell, like it might, and all this kind of stuff, like a lot of logistical things that, you know, for me, I'm kind of like which makes sense because before I never had to because before I just did OTV merch, and OTV merch would typically do quite well because it was like the whole entity of OTV, not instead of just me, right? So yeah, Henry was like explaining to me like a lot of the SKU stuff, which made sense too. So we don't know exactly how it's gonna do, so I just have a smaller amount to see for now too, so it's good. But I like having a zip up as well, and I've always wanted to do a zip up because for a very long time I actually wore zip ups way more than I wore hoodies. Now it's opposite, but I also think it's because not as many people sell hoodies, or there's not as many streamer merch that has zip ups. Yeah. Small batch swag. Yeah. Non-zip hoodies are harder to put on if you're older. You need to be able to raise your arms and stuff, but zips are tricky because zipper itself can get stuck. Yeah. Maybe it's also more costly. Maybe if you do zip ups, there's like the zipper cost with it, because you don't want like a shitty zipper, you want like a nice zipper. What I have learned from doing merch and doing a lot of these things where people talk about like how the price range of a lot of merch stuff, it is expensive, like the more higher quality things that you want. And they all add up, and then it shrinks the margin. And then like big, like if you order things in mass amounts, you could actually get a way better deal because you're ordering so much of it. But if you're doing it in smaller batches, everything becomes that much more costly to have higher quality things. I know pricing is hard, but like I think I saw some people complaining about like some certain streamer merch maybe being like $50 for a t-shirt. And while I'm not like I'm not saying $50 is like so cheap, because it's all relative, like depending on how much you make, whatever. $50 can be cheap, $50 can be expensive. I think in the range of clothing, it is like somewhat low to middle. Actually, maybe not low. Maybe it's just middle. Because low is like, if you want to, you could go to Old Navy and you get a shirt for like $10, or Forever 21 for a shirt for $10. But those don't tend to like hold up very well. Or you could go and spend a bit more and you'll have something that lasts longer through a lot of washes, through a lot of drying, or whatever it is. I think Lily's hoodie. Okay. Lily's hoodie for $75, I do not think is expensive. It is exactly like that. It's like custom design, and the fabric is good quality, and it's cut and sew. And I don't know if you know, but like cut and sew is a lot more expensive than just a print. And even with print, they have levels of how expensive it is too, because there's some print where you just like the very, very cheap one, you guys already know how that's gonna feel. It's like the super like you can tell it's like a whole sheet. You get like the thing at Michael's and you can iron it on, and it's like that. It obviously depends. Like sometimes if you have your stuff overseas from like China, it'll be a lot cheaper to do something that is local in LA. So that stuff sometimes matters too. Cut and sew is when you have like, you see different embroidery or different like things that make it unique, or that you can literally see it's like patched, like different like if my sleeve here, or sometimes even if the stitching is custom in terms of like where it is, or all these other things, like there's so many things that fall under cut and sew. An example I will show you, actually, offline TV merch, offlinetv.com. I like jazz sometimes. I can't listen to jazz for like a extended period of time, or like over and over, but I think jazz is very fitting in so many like vibes. Yeah, no, it was really awesome. I actually love doing merch for OTV. You learn so much. This is cut and sew. This diagonal like thing right here, like the color block, like a lot of color block or whatever stuff is cut and sew, or anything like say Sakuno's merch, cut and sew, where he had like the half colors and everything of the zip up. Yeah. So this stuff will cost more. If you want really nice drawstring like this, it will cost more, instead of like say the silver nub that a lot of hoodies have, or whatever it is. Like there's so many things that subtly up the cost, and then your margin for how much you make, or like even getting to the design part in the first place, it just shrinks so much. Yeah. And then everything else, a lot being also done in LA, of course, cost is gonna rise up. Yeah. Yeah, no, like there's, like OTV has increased the quality of merch throughout the years. Anytime we have like found a way where we could increase the quality, or like had ways to like make it better, we've done it. Because the first version of this hoodie, I could tell you guys, it was the drawstrings was not nearly as good. The quality of the fabric was still good. It's French terry, And then the sleeve here was not stretchable, it was sewn on. The new one, which is this one, is now stretchable. Here we have like the new I'm just saying, like, there's so much that goes into merch, or so much that I think I could differentiate typically merch that people just slap on to try to sell to make a quick buck, and versus people who actually like care about the quality. And I would say almost all of our friends have merch at some point who like really just, especially now, care so much about the quality. Because I think before it's like you just don't know, but now that you know and you've had experience with it, or you have like other people's merch, you're like, oh, I like this is good quality, this is like blah blah. Like, you want something that, if like you said, you're paying $70 for a hoodie, if you're paying $50 for a shirt, you want it to last. Like, I always ask, like, how does this do in the wash? Like, can you wash it multiple times before it, like, does the print fade, like all this kind of stuff? Like, we always want to like increase it or like make it better, as cost efficient possibly as we can. I don't know, it's a lot. I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, it's like, obviously it is. I'm not gonna say like $50 for a shirt is cheap, because you could get one at Old Navy for like $10. It's hella cheap. But at the same time, like, will it uphold the law things? And also sometimes about supporting the creator. Like, there's a lot of other places you could get shirts for like fairly decent quality for $30 probably, honestly, or maybe $40. But it's also about the creator and like the design specific, and then all that kind of stuff. It's like, people who, like, I can only speak for like all of us, where I know behind the scenes there's like, you work, like the time and effort you put into like design, you put into like paying the artist. Like the CB merch is like, the whole the Clean Boys merch, where they have all the whole artist who like drew everything. She made like a giant like poster looking art, okay? And the quality on that print is so good. Blau gave me a hoodie. It is such a good quality hoodie. I have high-end hoodies that I bought from like brand name places. Like I had like like Balenciaga ones or like whatever, and you could tell sometimes like a hoodie is still a hoodie to a degree sometimes, but like it is very good quality. And I will tell you right now that the Clean Boys hoodie is that quality. Like, it is literally like, if you were to go to like a high-end store on Rodeo, like that's how it felt. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of like artists that you pay behind the scenes for things, so there's always a cost, and then the merch sometimes it's like either breaks even or you can make some money off of it, but I don't think you make that much unless you're like a really big creator. Yeah, a lot of thought goes into it. So it's like, it's $50, but there's a lot of reason, or like maybe it's even more, but there's just like a lot of reasons and things as to like why it ends up being the cost that it is. Because I'll tell you, everyone will always ask, how do I like make it cheaper? Like, like, even when I was making it, like, how do I make it cheaper? And then Henry's like, you should still try to make some money off of it, but like, this is like if you do this, you still only make like X amount per like hoodie or t-shirt or like whatever it is. And so it's always, I like, we don't ever want to charge that much, and it's just hard. I don't know how to like balance it, honestly. Okay, that is so nice, thank you. It should be pre-order for the most part, because I have never launched merch before, but the pre-order won't be too long. Like, it'll be pre-order, but then like we could get into production fairly quickly. But yeah, it's only because I have never released merch before. This is literally the first time. Yeah, that's like all this, a lot of, if I could go on and talk to you guys like a lot about merch stuff, like, because I've done so much of it, but it's just like, the pricing is not typically up to us. We kind of like adjust according to what other places charge. It's like, if the factory charges X amount, if there's a period of time when COVID was when factories were really backed up, like there were a bunch of fabric that could not get to the shore because, and it was just stuck. It was stuck there at the shore. Like it would, they for whatever reason like couldn't get it. So that actually caused a lot of shortage in terms of fabrics and material, which is why a lot of the costs like went up, and also why a lot of the things were delayed. So there's like random costs, there's like random things that causes like things to mark up, and inflation, whatever the fuck, man. It's just so triggering. But anyway, sorry, I'm just like complaining so semi at this point. But yeah, I will tell you that typically if there you see any creators charging more for merch, it is typically, at least like within our friend group or the people that I know, it's usually because the quality is really there. And if it's cheaper, then it's because they were able to compromise somehow, or be able to like, or it's like not, maybe sometimes the feel that you're going for is different than like, for example, my merch, I think genuinely is very good quality, but, and it's very soft, but it's not as heavy because it is like a lighter hoodie, which is what it's meant to be. It will be cheaper because sometimes like if you have, there's like weight of fabric that is like heavier and it costs more. So it's not necessarily quality will go down, but it's also the type of clothing article that it is, or like the type of material or the weight of it that it's like made of, that like varies. So yeah, so I don't know, there's so much that goes into it. I will tell you though, typically like not a lot of people will, well actually maybe I can't speak for other people, but I feel like most of our friends, or the most of people that you guys know, would not try to like yeah. My hoodie has a front pocket right here. Yeah. It's not the biggest, I don't know, there's like so much work that goes into merch. I think I've spent, okay, I've spent thousands on commissions that I was supposed to use for merch, and that I never ended up doing because it took so long, or like other things that just like never end up happening. I commissioned a bunch of artists before, a long time ago. I remember, I don't know if you guys remember, like during COVID, I made like a Twitter post and I had asked, and I actually did end up commissioning a lot of artists who replied to that post, but I never got to use it. So there's like a lot of like costs that you put out, and you may not even have done anything with that, or like have anything in return, but like I pay the artist, and it's just like if I use it, or if I can't use it, whatever it is. Yeah, all this is like I paid like a girl to draw out the logo and do everything too. It wasn't just like, oh, like I typed something in, but like this one's like she drew it. Signed beaver tail keychains. Okay, the meme is dead. I know, I agree. Tax is honestly just too much. Can the government just stop? I know what you mean. Like whenever that happens with commissions, I just pay them. Like I don't want to ask for too many adjustments. Like usually I think a good amount is like 2 to 3 adjustments if you can make it like that. And then if it's still not it, I kind of like, I'm just gonna pay it. I'm not gonna make you do so much work. I get that the sense that the trend was towards lighter hoodies after seeing spreads dying. Oh, well, I just personally wanted a lighter hoodie. So I made it like, it's still really warm because, okay, I don't know how to describe it. The hoodie is thin, but like the material, because it's like a soft, like really soft kind of, this material is very, like it can get warm easily still. You guys know what I mean? There's like some things that, although they're thin, like they still, yeah, it's like fuzzy, and like that type of material where like it gets hot really easily. Almost like it feels almost like fleece, but I feel like this is cotton. I need to confirm, but I'm pretty sure this is like 100% cotton. Yeah, but that is what I wanted. Because I like layering. I like being able to have this and then throw a jacket on top. Or I think it looks good on a lot of like girls and guys, where they usually have like a jean jacket or like a windbreaker or something else that they put on top over it. Or I like putting skirts underneath, and so like so I like something. So something with this hoodie that is like different is that it's like more form fitting. So there are some that have body and they kind of like stay there. You guys know like essentials, or there's certain hoodies that like they're like thicker, and because they have more weight they like hold the shape of it, like, and some of the hoodies go like this. This one will just be, it will literally just adjust to you, like wherever it falls, it kind of just falls. And that is what I like, because I'm more, maybe I'm insecure, there's other things, but sometimes I wear hoodies and I feel like they make me look chunky. And so I wanted something that kind of like was flattering in a way. So that's why I like that this just falls and it just like very comfy, could like just like, yeah. So that's just the thought process that went into choosing like what type of material, what type of whatever is. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Um, 100% model fleece. Oh, maybe that's that's exactly it. They were like saying it's fleece. It just feels very like, I don't know. It is like, doesn't feel, you don't really feel it. I don't know. Maybe it's different because I'm not sensitive to it, so I can't speak for you. To Taylor Swift so she could promote them. Fucking yeah, I freaking wish. Okay, I'm not trying to get Taylor Swift to promote everything. Even if she just breathed in my presence, that would be already a blessing. I would never ask her to do anything for me. Hi, Nancy. Of course. I got you. That pasta recipe is just on TikTok. If you search up spicy rigatoni pasta, you can find it. What if she has bad breath? I guess at least I'll know. Right now, I don't even know what type of breath she has. But I bet it smells amazing. Let me know, KCB Chill. Let me know. If it doesn't work for you, just return it. Like, legit, do not, like, just return it, okay? Like, I don't want you to buy something and you literally can't wear it. That's such a waste, and it's like not. Yeah. Doesn't hug under the pits. Oh yeah, this hoodies. I watched this girl on TikTok talk about how a hoodies, and maybe you guys have seen this TikTok, but it popped off. But basically, she was like, some hoodies don't hoodie. It's like, and then she wears one, and she's like, yeah, this hoodie doesn't hoodie. And I was like, yeah, I want my hoodie to hoodie. So I was like, making sure, I was like, do I have this hoodie that hoodies too? And I was wearing it. I was like, I think this hoodies. I never even considered trying to return streamer merch. I know, maybe it feels bad, but like I would just literally, if it does not work for you guys, just return it. Like I would feel like, for what, like, I don't know, it's just not. It's totally okay. It's totally okay. I just want you guys to have something that like does work for you, you know? I am wearing a oh. Oh, also. All right. It's this. Okay. I will tell you guys too. This is supposed to be. I feel okay. This is like a large. What I'm wearing is like a large. All right. I'm confirming that this is the large because I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. So yeah, this will be the large. It goes basically like how I wear my hoodies. Yippee. Size, okay. It goes pretty big on me, but I like wearing large hoodies because I like the oversize. Extra small. Hear me, Yvonne. No, I will not return it. Okay, well, I think you will like it then. I think you will. The only one is CBHL if he's like a little sensitive to that type of feeling or something else. I'm not exactly sure, so that can't guarantee that, but yeah. Oh, there's a password because we're still working on it. You can't see it yet. You're gonna see all the pictures that I'm like not ready for them to post, or like be like, I don't even know what's there, like all this kind of stuff, blah blah blah. We need to get through a lot of the nitty-gritty things. So you know, like when Jamie says that she has like her holy shit, like I worked all night to do blah blah blah. It's because sometimes there's so much work that you do literally until the last minute of the actual, like the minute it even drops, you know? Like there's so much leading up to it that you just have to have as much time as possible all the way up until it drops. And also there's been so many people with similar companies like doing merch drops that they were working on like the previous person, so everything is very like they're working hard, so it's like they're continuously working, so it's like constant. No, it's not super exclusive to be doing that. Yeah. Yes, we will have double XLs. You guys would never be able to guess the password, and if you did, I would be very impressed, but don't try. I realize saying that might be like telling people to not touch the stove because it's hot, and some people might still try to touch it because they just, you know, it's like with someone telling you like not be able, like to not, that you can't do something, you're like kind of wanting to prove them wrong, but don't try. Don't try. Don't touch the stove. Fuck. Do I just show you guys now? Do I just not even wait? Ugh. Is there a point? Is there a point for any kind of like mystery at all? I don't really care about it, but I just want to know what you guys would prefer. You guys want like semi-surprise, or you guys just want to see everything now? I have everything. But you guys already saw like you guys saw 2 of the designs, but one of them I already told you what the other one looked like, basically. Yeah, you've already seen everything except for one of the shirts. I may as well just show you guys. And I already told you the color of the shirt. Yeah, see, I told you all already. I almost kind of want to show you because I fucking may as well, right? Like, it's if I had like 6 pieces or more, then maybe I could leave a couple, but now I feel like I've already almost showed you all of it. Like there's no point in hiding it almost because I have so few pieces. I almost forgot I have an energy drink here. So I don't know. I'm very indecisive too. Damn. You know what? We'll do a poll. How about for the people? For the people. Show. We'll poll. Oh. Nobody saw that. Stop. Stop. You guys are so annoying. You guys are literally like, it's literally when you make a typo in the chat and then your friend replies with the typo. Like you guys are literally that. You know when you make a dumb typo and then your friend just literally retypes it to you knowing that you made a fucking typo? That's you. Okay, everyone said show all. You know what? It's not even close, so I'll just get it. right, you plebs. Number one. The one that you have not seen yet. This one. Alright. Number two is the one that you guys have seen on stream the other day. It is this one. Okay? The t-shirt that says "Sew Me" right there, embroidered. It's the black. It looks more black in person. I don't know why the camera is making it look more gray, but it is more black, a little more black in person. And it is a tie-dye tee that has this. It is. I don't even know. I wonder if it's the material of the shirt or if it's the tie-dye tee that makes it softer. But there's something that makes this, like, it just feels so soft. I don't know if it's because, like, sometimes even the tie-dye, like, makes it extra wash or whatever. Oh. Is Henry watching the stream? I'm seeing this. I have our chat open on the side. He's like, it's crystal dye cotton model. Thank you, Henry. It is crystal dye cotton model. Modal. Crystal dye cotton modal. I said it wrong. He literally typed modal. Dude, why is it D-A? Fine. Modal. I said it wrong again. Okay. Crystal. I'm gonna get it right. Crystal dye cotton modal. Henry. This is. I know it was 100% cotton, but is it 100% cotton? But it like feels like fleece. Is that why it's called 100% cotton? Confirm. Happy New Year, Toxic! Happy New Year! Okay. And since you saw the t-shirt, here is... He does not know what I'm asking. What did I ask again? Wow, my brain is just... Brain fog from drinking last night. From New Year's? Oh, if it's fleece or not. Yeah. Or is it... It's 100% cotton. Or is fleece... He's laughing at me. He's not even answering me. He just typed lol. Like, in caps. Bro does not care. That's why I'm asking. Okay. I'm reading you what he just wrote, okay? Hoodies. 100% cotton modal fleece. Super soft hand feel from the modal. It is cotton baby jersey, 100% cotton baby jersey, made in LA. And the tie-dye is special crystal dye special crystal dye technique. Yeah. Modal. That is literally how he typed it so that he could teach me how to actually pronounce it because I said modal. Yeah. This is what he said. Here, I'm gonna type it because I clearly have troubles with speech right now. So I'm sorry. I know, I said tortoise, and I said the same thing 3 times and it was all wrong. Tortoise, god damn it. At least I know now. Okay. So since you saw the t-shirt, here is the hoodie version of the t-shirt. So what's different is the t-shirt, they both actually feel super soft. This one has the logo in the corner. So right here versus the middle. The hoodies all have the logo in the middle. I don't know what it is. I just think that it looks better when it is in the middle for hoodies and it's subtle. But this is freaking sick. This has it's been my favorite to wear because it looks kind of like lightning and how the tie-dye came out. And I don't know, it just looks so cool. I like wearing it with my white skirt, but yeah, I really like this one. Very soft. Yeah, this is the hoodie. So there's only two hoodies. It's this one and this one. They're just two different colorways for it. So one is the purple version, and one is the black version. Does any have Yvonne written on it? No. Happy New Year. Yeah. Each when you oh, Henry really I was already gonna do that, Henry. He's like, when you get to the cream tea, like make sure you show them this. I was gonna show you guys anyways. Like, what do you think? This well, maybe he doesn't know because I've been scuffing it the rest of the time or earlier. This is the cream tea. Also very soft. And here, this is the cool part about it, okay? This is the part that as soon as I saw this, I liked it instantly, and I said, I really want this one we're gonna use this embroidery pattern and all that kind of stuff. So this, I had a Ferrero Rocher on my desk, and I was scared of getting it dirty if I just like went like this right away. So I had to move the Ferrero Rocher, the open one first, and then I could move my shirt forward. All right, but here it is. So the cool thing is this embroidery is tie-dye, or it's like it looks tie-dye, like it's a mixed stitching, mixed colors. So how do I it's hard because this is covering my screen, so I can't tell if you guys see it yet, but it goes with the theme actually, and it's almost like this is tie-dye. So I saw this and I was like, holy shit, this is so it looks so good. So, and I kind of just wanted a very simple shirt, I think, because I just yeah, we did take merch photos for that. No, the tie-dye makes it like so cool because I have never seen this before actually. I've seen like gradient, or I've seen like single color ones, but I've never seen kind of like a one embroidered like this more. So I really, really like this. I instantly saw it and was like, I would like to keep this or see variations of other colors, but this was the perfect one for it. But yeah, I wanted something simple because I like things that could, okay, for me, I've always liked, I know these things are not super like I like wearing clothes that I can piece and put together in different variations or different things. I know it's a t-shirt, but sometimes I find the simple thing it makes it easier. So when I was actually doing the merch shoot, I brought so many things that I could just pair with it. I had like white pants, I had a skirt, I had a jean skirt, and I tuck it in. Sometimes I leave it out, and sometimes I tuck it in, and it's just a different vibe for like whatever outfit. That's why I have some of the merch shoot photos you guys will see too. It's very simple, but I love that it can be kind of dressed in different ways, which is why I wanted a cream, because I think cream or neutral colors look very good while the other ones are kind of like patterned already. So yeah, that was just a small thought, like the thought process between like debating on certain colors or certain styles. Cream flavored, okay. They run exactly. So I've had large shirts, and this runs exactly like, or the size feels like a large, like a very typical standard large of anything. Sorry, it's a little wrinkly. I didn't do anything. I kind of left it on the couch, but yeah, I know because I have almost all my shirts are large. This is definitely a large. Very typical large size because I know how far it goes, like on my leg. Typically. Oh yeah, the black shirt is fucking sick. Gambito, thank you so much for the 2 years. Happy 2 years and happy new year. It's I had a chance of making it oversized, so what we could do is we could make it oversized. This could technically be medium, but I just genuinely think this runs more like large because I've had so many hoodies. I'm like, this is like a regular large. So instead of having it oversized, I think having it stick to regular sizing of how it typically is sounds good. Yeah. The sleeves are also kind of a little bit longer, which is kind of the trend right now, is to have a bit longer sleeve for a t-shirt. It's not usually as long, but like it's a little past like elbow. Drop shoulder, sorry. Okay, oh, Henry corrected me. Drop shoulder is the term. It's kind of like I'm doing a school presentation, and he's kind of like the person who literally was the one who did all of like the homework almost, and it feels like he's just telling me like, hey, I'm saying like the scuff version of everything. I'm giving you like, oh yeah, in general, like blah blah blah, because this is like what I know, like or like this is like what I'm like, and then he's like the actual factual business guy who's like, this is the real term for it. This is the exact description, the fine print. Yeah, it'll be all on the website. They're normal. They're normal. Yeah. Not oversized. Sorry, that was probably the easier answer for it. By the way, Henry, you were great in the reverse Secret Santa. And Yvonne, you were great too. You hear that, Henry? You were great in the reverse Secret Santa. What? Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you. Cute water jug. Thank you. I got to stick a lot of stickers on it. Henry was great during Amanda's part. It was awesome. Oh my god. The camera pan to him was just like chef's kiss, perfect, everything all around. Slammy Lee, thank you so much for the prime. Thank you. And Watt, thank you again for subbing. Thank you. Wait, those were handcuffs? Oh, you didn't catch that first time. Yeah, they're handcuffs. Hello, Adam. You just saw a red blob. Ah. Nats Mats, thank you so much for the prime as well. Thank you. I love that you open your Secret Santa vlog with a nose vlog. Wouldn't be a Yvonne vlog if it wasn't that. That was exactly why. Because I was thinking like, I gotta drop it in there. Like something that's like, everyone brings their own like element that makes it their vlog, you know? And that's why it was so funny when last year was how we discovered Skara was a natural vlogger. Like, oh, Skara's intro was fucking funny how you just hide in the fridge. But you guys remember last year, before Skara had ever vlogged, like ever. I've like never seen him vlog. And then for Secret Santa last year, he filmed everything. He was like, okay, we're going here. He did it so it was so good. I remember I was sitting there seeing it for the first time. I'm like, how is your vlog so good? You did B-roll. You did like, oh, this. It's like there was like a time. There's like a whole process of things. It was like this and then this and then this and that. And it was like, wow, it flowed so well. And then Scar ended up actually vlogging for like Japan and food and all these other things. And it's so, bro, disgusting. How do you just pick that up and you're just good at it? Yeah, actual like, I don't know. Yeah, he's done a good few vlogs now and like, natural. He was born with it in his blood. We thought he was just naturally good at games, but I guess he's just also good at vlogging. Don't worry, Bree. Everyone, you know, the thing about vlogging is the more you vlog, the more it's you wouldn't think maybe that you need experience, or maybe it's not that shocking, but it actually helps so much to vlog more. Like the more you vlog, and if you actually think about, oh, how can I make this vlog better, then you will naturally just be better. Because you know what you start noticing when you watch other vlogs, you start noticing what other people do and what makes it enjoyable to watch. I'm still learning. I am in the process because I want to make my vlogs like really good and put in like time and effort to make them like up in quality, or like what makes such a difference in making this feel so much better, or like comfy, or like whatever it could be, right? Yeah. Scar always introduced me to good restaurants and vlogs. Yeah, you could trust his recommendation or his recs all the time. Like food is his, like he's so passionate about it. He loves it. Like, and he has very good recs. I have a G7X and I barely use it because I'm shy to record in public. Have you tried using your phone? I used to use a G7X, and then because the camera kind of made me a bit self-conscious to use in public initially. I wouldn't give a shit now because there's fucking influencers, vloggers everywhere. But and if anything, people bring out tripods and do whatever too. But the reason why I initially started vlogging on my phone was because I was just self-conscious, and I just started vlogging, and I my first 2 vlogs I did use the G7X. And then over time, I just swapped to my phone because it's so much easier. I have it on me all the time. And the quality was not bad, honestly, if you're just doing like casual vlogs. And it just felt more natural to me. I didn't feel as invasive with people or public areas and stuff. So especially now when everyone records and takes photos or videos of everything. Yeah, I think it's a really good practice. I think if it will get you to do it and to just do it, period, even if you're using something that's like of lesser quality, you should just do it. It'll get you it'll give you like the confidence and the experience, and you'll slowly kind of be like, oh, like, okay, I kind of get like the hang of it now. What the fuck? So random. Oh no, yeah, Samsung is amazing. I have tried vlogging with my iPhone. I still only use my Samsung. Yeah, why, Yvonne? You know, my daily shit talk. I can't go on without it. It has to happen. I personally find it less embarrassing to film someone else than to film myself, so finding a friend can be a helpful technique. Yeah, sometimes nice. And you have to have a friend who's like hella nice and encouraging about it, because there's some friends who kind of who could make you feel bad about that if you ask them. But like there's some friends who are like, oh, you should vlog this, like, or hey, give me your camera and stuff. Like they'll initiate it, and they'll kind of make you less shy and bring you out of it too. The real ones. He is. You know, he yells at me in my vlogs, but it's because he's just trying to like be there for my vlogs. Or he would just like turn away and do nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Razor, thank you so much for the 2 months. Welcome back. Thank you. This is my yeah. Yeah, no. Every time. Every time. Break it down. Check it out. Da-da-da. Sorry, am I lollygagging for too long? I kind of do like talking. I promise, if you are here for GTA, I am gonna get to GTA. And I know I've been baiting people, or like sometimes I take longer to stream to end up streaming GTA than like, because people are like, GTA, you know, sometimes. But I haven't seen you guys I just like, sometimes when I'm rambling, I'm just like so in it that like I just want to keep going, and I'm just going. Yeah, I did GTA for 2 days. I know it's not a lot, but I remember the day after I did it, there was a lot more people peeping in, being like, GTA today? What do we know? I know. Sorry. I have fun talking about merch because sometimes it's I think very easy for people to see that like, okay, yeah, a boom, socials, like merch dropping this, or I also feel bad for some of my friends who, if people have ever complained that merch is like expensive or whatever it is there is so much behind the scenes that happen. Like, people who are not, for the most part, genuinely out to try to ever scam people. It is like a lot of costs and a lot of things that add up to why things cost like the amount that they do. Yeah. So I just want justice for that. I don't want people being like, this is so expensive. Well, there's actually like reasons as to why it all like added up the way it did. It's not for no reason. They aren't just making like a hoodie $120 or like other things for fun. I told you guys earlier, there are so many things that contribute to like inflation and pricing or material. Yeah. It's just, if you want to put out a good product, I'm telling you, it is not cheap to do it. Unless you literally own a fucking, or like some god tier factory in like China that can help you like bring down all these costs. But even then, you have to order like a minimum of something. And sometimes like, I don't know, there's so much fucking things that like go with it. Yeah, I told you guys about artists. Sometimes like commissioning, when you commission an artist for something that they know is going to be commercial or something that's going to be sold, the pricing is completely different. It's like if you were to commission, say a normal, you're like, hey, can you draw me? And then people are like, okay, sure, like $60 for like half like bust up or whatever, right? $60. If you ask someone to draw you and you say, I want it for my merch, or you say you want it for whatever, the one-time cost goes up by a lot, and it can go up to like 1K, 2K, even from something that's normally like $100 commission, because you're going to use that to sell, which is completely fair. Like, you're gonna make money off of it, you're gonna sell it, like they can charge whatever depending on which artist or which person you're like commissioning or talking to. No, actually, once you want to sell it for something, that's why I said that initially when I had commissioned certain art things, like it costed a lot because there's like a one-time like you have to pay more if you don't, unless you want to give them percentage. If the artist gets percentage, then you don't have to pay them as much. Yeah, but if you do pay the artist percentage, then this is, like I said before, or kind of referencing back to earlier where I said that like the margin to make money shrinks because you're like, now, okay, so say normally you can make like 40% of the profit off of like the merch drop. Say the artist wants like 5 to 10%, however much that is like another cut of like how much you make out of, like, maybe you're only making like $4 or $5 even off of like per item or whatever it is, and then that cuts like the $4 or $5 to maybe even just like $3 or $4 depending on what it is, right? Yeah, and you have to pay for mock-ups sometimes too. Like, I not about making people do art or work for free, so you typically pay for like in multiple draft stuff, like you just pay for their time and certain things too. So yeah. And like I said, if you're doing something local in LA versus doing something in China, very different too. And I told you guys about like sometimes like certain materials or certain things are, if they have lesser quantity of certain fabrics or certain things, the pricing for that can also go up because there's just less of it. I don't know. Merch is not easy. But it's hard to know that unless you have someone telling you sometimes, because for the most part, I mean, I also wouldn't know, right? I would typically just see, oh, like people posting photos, people advertising it, and then you go on the site and you could buy it. Oh, it's this price? Like, what the heck? Yeah. And the shipping, oh my God, don't even let me fucking get to shipping, because sometimes if you see free shipping or if you see shipping costs lower, they have compensated for that in the cost of like the item. So say like you think this hoodie is actually more expensive, say it's like $120 or whatever, you're like, holy shit, that's so much for the hoodie. But it's because they have made it possible to ship to maybe other countries or other things too, that like they included in that cost. Instead of people, you could do it this way. You could have it be like, okay, the hoodie is like $50 and you add it to cart and then you see your shipping and then your shipping suddenly is like $50, and you're like, why the fuck is my shipping $50? And suddenly the hoodie's $100 anyways, or sometimes it's even more expensive. Yeah. Yeah. If you guys have an annoying, that's like a lot of expenses, or a lot of the things that go into calculating it. Yeah, we would be having some international shipping. I don't know what we're limited to, like what places we will not be shipping to, but for the most part, yeah. From what I'm aware of. Shipping to Canada is awful. I know. I tried shipping some posters internationally, some things internationally, and it's bad. Henry's like, damn, girl. It's because he fucking gets shit for people talking about merch prices sometimes. It's because, damn, you guys just really don't know how hard it is sometimes. I'm not saying you guys specifically, but like the few people who might comment or do something, it's just like, it feels bad. Like people who work so hard and break their backs like behind the scenes over trying to like get stuff out to people and do a good job of everything genuinely, and it's just like some criticism valid, you know, and some things valid, but like it's just yeah. I mean, yeah, and creator merch is just very, sometimes you just want to support the creator. Like you can complain about some other people, maybe they just have less, they can complain about the pricing or whatever it is, but if you want to support the creator, sometimes you're like, you don't mind, like, because technically you could get a hoodie that's like from Zoomies or something that's like blah blah blah, that like you could get another, talking to me, you can get another Naruto hoodie. But if I really like a creator, which I have before, I just buy stuff because I like supporting them and because it looks good, then I'm like, cool, I get like a 2-in-1. I don't think I could ever really be a businesswoman. I don't see too many things. Like, I don't have like the brain. I think I see things too surface level. I don't see like the extra steps or the things behind it. I only will know from experience, not from like, only if I'm taught. I can't really like be creative or think past what the average person might know. I know, I have to drink both of these. Normally I'd be irresponsible and only drink this, but I was irresponsible yesterday and I didn't drink as much water throughout the thing, so I was super dehydrated today, so yes. Exactly. Business brain Henry, he came in and saved us all. And then in a few minutes, you'll open a Coke Zero. Yeah. Well, you know, I space it. I finish a drink and then I space it. Oh, this as a skirt. I always like pairing hoodies. Like, I just really like pairing my hoodie, or a lot of hoodies, with skirts. I don't know. Yeah. I feel bad. I feel like I ranted too much about merch, or not ranted, but like had a lot to say. I don't know if I sounded too preachy or if I was whatever, but yeah, I was just trying to explain kind of some logistics as to like why things are the way they are sometimes. Happy New Year. Yeah. CBHL, thanks for the $5. Yeah. I think I feel bad because I think I see my friends and I'm like, they try their best to put out good stuff. I don't want people to blame them or say whatever. Yeah. And I don't think they even know how to defend it necessarily at times, or maybe they still feel bad like justifying the price. But I can say it, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna tell you like I fucking did merch before, or like I fucking like can tell you XYZ, and if you're telling me it's still expensive, I'm like, you just don't get it then. You have no understanding or empathy for it. Yeah. I very rarely buy merch, but I don't blame people for setting prices. Yeah, the way I see it is like you can think it maybe even like, oh yeah, that is expensive, or like, or you don't even have to buy it. But I think commenting on, like, unless it was really just that outrageous, but if it's really not that outrageous, I don't really see going out of your way commenting something so negative or like whatever on people's things. It's just like, let people do their thing a bit. Like, they are. I also think that 100 Thieves hoodies, like, I've liked I like they had this one tie-dye one that really, it all goes back to tie-dye. But there was one, I think it was called, like, was it jelly, something like that. I really like the material for that hoodie. Mhm. The future Versace club. Mhm. I mean, I understand if it's like copy plastered, like blah blah blah, or if you plagiarize something, blah blah blah, whatever. But for the most part, it's not that. It's just people being bada bada bada. Yeah. I remember I just had a bit of cold feet. I think this happens to anyone who has had like merch that they work on for a really long time. It's because you've seen the design so much, and then when it's finally happening, you might second guess it, and you might be like, oh, wait, like, is this good enough? Like, is this what I want? But I remember really liking it when I first saw everything and everything. But like, you sit on it, and sometimes you like second guess yourself, or you're like, yeah, it gets to you. But then as I got my merch and I was wearing it out and I was doing everything, I started getting excited, and I was like, wait, I actually like, no, I love it. Like, it looks like I do like it, and it looks good. And I'm like wearing it with things, and like I put on like a white skirt the other day, and then I had like my uh Nike Jesters, and like they're just like white sneakers, and I was walking around with them, and I was like, the white, I was like, it looks good. I feel cute. I like it. So I got excited as I was like dressing up. I also got excited the merch shoot when I was dressing up, because I was like, oh, like when I was wearing different I brought a suitcase, because we had our merch shoot, and then James was like, oh, can you bring like a couple things, or can you show like Allison what you have so that we could see what we could pair with it? And I was like, I got it. I brought a ton of stuff. I laid it out on the floor, and I was like, I could wear this with this with this. I was telling you how a lot of things could pair with the cream. I had like skirts, white pants, whatever, all these things in my head, blah, 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 blah. And then so laid it all out, put it all in a suitcase, brought it to the shoot, and I was like, and as I was changing into all these variety of things I could wear things with, I just got excited. I was like, looks good with everything. But maybe I'm a girl, maybe I have more variety in things. But I think guys, you can pair it with different pants or shorts or whatever it is too, or other things, whatever you want to wear. Skirt. I think that happens with a lot of big decisions when something becomes final. Yeah, you like kind of second guess it. It feels so, I think a lot of people are scared of there's also like a scary feeling of if you launch something and you're like so happy about or confident, and then it doesn't do well, then it's just so disappointing. It's like that much more like, holy crap, like I totally thought. Sometimes it's almost easier to like try and set your expectations low, or just be like, oh, like it's okay, whatever, and then like when it does do well, you're like, cool. With a lot of things, not just saying like stuff like that. Advice on how to quit drinking every day. Is it really like is it like a hard addiction type of thing, or is it because, or like you can but you just don't? Because it's different. I didn't know this until Matthew Perry. But Matthew Perry, like, he had a lot of interviews after obviously his passing, and then there's like a lot of TikTok interviews and all this. And I saw this one where he was talking about his substance abuse and alcoholism and stuff. And he was saying that for the longest time he had put all of like the fault on him, and he thought if I just didn't take this drink, if I just didn't do this, but he just couldn't stop. And he's like, if he put so much on himself, so much weight on himself, until a doctor that he was seeing actually said like, no, like it's a disease. Like your addiction to this level, or you being like an alcoholic like this is a disease. It's not your fault. And he said that fucking saved him. Like when he was told that it's not his fault, after fully thinking that it was completely his fault for so many years, because it's like, you would think that if you could stop, no, because that's what I always thought, like addiction is lack of self-control to some degree. I think to some degree it is, right? Or it could be. But then like this is like a lot of doctors, and these are a lot of professionals that are literally saying, no, it's like a disease. It's like a yeah, there's a huge genetic component too. Yeah, because I'm thinking like, I don't have this problem. Like I am not, other than League of Legends, you know what I mean? But like I've never felt like I was so addicted to something that I couldn't stop. Like when I drink alcohol, I'm like, oh, like I can stop, like whatever the fuck, you know? But for someone to receive and feel that completely differently, where they literally do not feel like they can stop, they're like unable to, that does make sense to me, that like it's classed as a disease, because the average person, or like the normal person, like should be able to stop. Like it's not so detrimental or so like, oh, I cannot, like I physically cannot type of thing. I think like wanting to and then doing it anyway is very different than like literally being addicted and feeling like you cannot stop. Yeah, I just think it was so sad listening to that interview, hearing him like blame himself for so long and being like, it's my fault, like if it's like all this blah 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 and then hearing that someone told him that it's not his fault, and how much of a relief and how much weight that took off of him to hear is so, oh my god, like you were so hard on yourself for so long. And like thinking the only way you can be social is by drinking. Yeah. I think it's easy to have that crutch for being social. I use it sometimes too. Sometimes I've been in an environment before where I felt very a lot of social, like I felt some social anxiety, and I was like, I just want to drink so I feel better, so that I could like make it through the night in that way, which I have done. But I don't need it to be social. I'm still like a very social person. I don't think it's not like a crutch for me. It just like helps me sometimes honestly just feel better in certain situations. Like how maybe some people, I don't know if they take like weed to relax or some other thing. But it's also just don't use it in like a really unhealthy degree or all like so frequently as like a crutch. I think it's a lot of things in moderation is, well, not some things, most things in moderation is okay. It's usually when you get like too crazy with it or abuse it or whatever that it's like, uh-oh. Oh yeah, fuck. Yeah, if I get to RP, for sure. For sure. It's been an hour and a half. I am almost there. Almost there. It's called Liquid Confidence for a reason, yeah. Hi Paul! Happy New Year! Hope you had a good one as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The most embarrassing thing I've ever worn, I don't remember. But I also think I'm kind of not. I don't get as embarrassed wearing anything weird or whatever anymore. I feel like doing OTV stuff or being a lot of content stuff kind of made me care so much less. In fact, it's almost rewarded or encouraged to do so. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just wear something really troll and you know that you can make people laugh or happy or that it's like troll. It kind of just makes it fun and makes it easier. So I almost never feel that embarrassed by anything. Unless it's you accidentally like, I don't know, something outside of that's bad. But then I don't even know if embarrassed would be the feeling at that point. I don't know what we're talking about, Bree. I am Cantonese. Chinese. I'm doing good, Belle. How are you? Oh. Okay, I feel like that's different. I feel like if my friends at school made a sticker of me where I felt embarrassed wearing something and then gave it to people, that almost feels really fucking bad. And that would feel pretty fucking bad. That's very different than wearing something for fun on stream, hee hee ha ha, you know? Yeah, that's kind of, I mean, up for you to determine, but it sounds mean. Yeah. I don't think that's very, like, very, very different. Silver! Happy New Year! I'm gonna finally eat this Ferrero Rocher now. I look pretty happy today. I marinated some chicken in the fridge for 2 days, and then I cooked it, made some soy sauce chicken, added like an extra glaze of sauce over. So good. Oh, what it is? You marinate it for so long, it's exciting because you know it's gonna taste good. I know. You ever feel bad, like in hindsight, realizing a lot of things? I did vlog it. I have, sometimes I'll be right after I say something, I regret saying it. Or I'll think about it later and I think, fuck, I should have said it this way. But like, it's not, sometimes it's like really just not enough for you to like message them or talk to them about it. And then I make mental notes. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna adjust. Like, I'm gonna be nicer about whatever this next time, or I won't say it like this ever again, or like I'll try not to say it like this ever again. Like, I have that happens to me often, where sometimes I'll have an interaction and I'll be like, oh shit, like maybe I shouldn't have said it like this, or I should have said it this way instead. My roommate doesn't cook that much now. I did? No, I didn't. A funny New Year's story? Yeah. So toast. Henry and Amanda were handing out these poppers for all of us to pop as soon as it was midnight. They're pretty gigantic. They're like these giant sticks. They look like little rods, or not little rods, but like rods, you know? And so we all have these rods, okay? And it shows arrows at the bottom where you twist it and then pop. So we each have one. It hits midnight. Woo! Everyone's like, pop. For me, I had mine and I was trying to pop them. And so I'm drunk, okay? But I'm using all of my strength. I'm trying to like for the life of me, Could not fucking get that shit to pop. I just already knew it was not even budging. So I was like, okay, there's no shot that, and there's no chance I'm gonna be able to pop this. And so I tell Toast, I'm like, Toast, I can't, I'm too weak. I can't pop this. And so he's like, okay, I'm gonna hold the top part. You turn left, okay? I'm gonna hold this, turn left. I was like, okay. My drunk ass, I'm turning it. Toast starts yelling at me. Yvonne, I said left. Because I was turning it right. I don't know why I am like directionally challenged or some shit. Every time it's like even Valorant's like left, right, no. And then I'm like, oh, instantly realize, and then I turn left, and then it popped. But it was a 2-person effort. It was just way too hard. Dude, in the moment, to remember left and right when you don't really have that, when you didn't give it that much thought, yeah, it's hard. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. That is how I remember how to tighten things with a screwdriver, with other things. Hold your hand out so you're looking for the back of your hand. Your left forearm. Oh. Well, even knowing that, I'm still gonna get it wrong. Because that's not gonna help me in Valorant. That's not gonna help me in game. Some things just cannot be helped. God cannot even help me for this one. Ba-da-ba-da. Maybe we tape post-its to Yvonne's monitor with left and right written on them. Guys, you know, if I just if I mix it up, I mix it up. That's just, that's the fun in things. The trick I always use is flick your nose with both hands. Whichever one hurts the most, that's your left. Huh? It is part of my charm. You're right. You know what? I like to think of it as that. Try it for testing. Wouldn't that work if your left hand was your dominant hand? Yeah, I don't think that's right. This is why I hate Balaki. Dude, I already know my right hand is gonna be way harder. Their left hand is? Really? I thought you would just use your right hand still. I worry about you driving. That's different. That's so different. No, I don't know who Tom Scott is. Who dat? Is that why you got the Tesla? No. Tom Scott is so famous. All right. I'll be the judge of that. No, I don't know Tom Scott. Maybe I live under a rock. I actually don't think I've seen one of his videos. Am I scrolling through this? I don't think I've seen it. Yeah, he's a YouTube channel for nerds. Ah, that's why I haven't seen it. That makes so much more sense. Dude, why would I have seen that? The fuck? That's crazy. I can't believe you guys said his like his channel is for nerds and you would think that I would have seen it. Insane. Ever see Canada's worst drivers? Usually half of them are Calgarian. What? That doesn't sound right. It's got to be Californians. Like, people in Calgary can generally drive in shitty weather. And then once shitty weather happens in California, everyone does not know how to drive. Or it's not even shitty. It's like it drizzles. And then everyone's just like, what the fuck is this precipitation? You know? Oh, Canada. I can't read. My reading comprehension is terrible. Why is sandwich meat round but the bread is a square? I mean, some of it is a square. But a lot is round. I don't know why that is. Yeah, I don't know why that is. Sean, thank you so much for the 64 months. Welcome back. Thanks for the 64. Thank you. All right. Shall we get into the GTA of it all? I've lollygagged long enough. Some would even say an hour and 40 minutes long. What are things you think are normal but become strange when you do them repeatedly? Oh, that's a lot. Lollygag, now that's a word you don't hear every day. Really? People should use it more. It's a cool word. What is it? What's another question about the merch? Yeah, there's so many things. I feel like so many things could be weird. Like, you could smell your underwear once to see if it's clean, but it's weird when you do it repeatedly. Saying the same word too many times and it starts sounding off. Yeah, that works too. That needs to be on a shirt. Wait, you don't think so? I think I'm kind of spitting facts about that one, you know? Mary, 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 Mary. Yeah, who does that? Damn, that was a good Ferrero Rocher. I haven't had it in a real long time, and that really hits. I have a hamper for dirty clothes so I know when something's not clean. Yeah, I normally do too. But I have had instances where I had to check whether there was a mix-up or something was on the floor or whatever it was. Sometimes it's just clothes. It's not necessarily underwear. Sometimes it's just like clothes. I'm like, does this stink yet? Like, how many times can I wear this? No, underwear you like will change frequently, but like clothes, some like shirts, you know? Like, unless I sweat, I don't usually wash my shirts after one wear. I think I wear them maybe like 2 to maybe 10 times even before I wash them. Just depending on like how long I wore it for. Maybe I didn't wear it for that long and I just like wore it for like whatever, like a photo or yeah, whatever it is. I just think you're generally not supposed to wash your clothes after one wear because like your clothes are not gonna last that long if you constantly wash them, and they don't. I honestly just don't think unless it depends on excretion too. Like if you just are a sweatier person, like if you do sweat more easily, then you don't really have a choice, right? But if you do have a choice and you have not really sweat that much or sweat at all, I think it's totally fine to like let it like wear it a couple times and then wash it. Yeah. Bottoms you can go without washing as often for sure. Tops is harder. I almost feel the opposite. I almost feel like I would rather wash my bottoms more often than my tops. Beep, 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 beep. It was the same. Oh, jeans. Oh, jeans is different. Jeans you could not wash. Like you're not even really supposed to wash jeans. So most jeans too, you actually just put in the freezer. Like you put in the freezer to. You're like some of them you're never supposed to wash. Yeah, real denim. You are not supposed to put them through the washing machine. Yeah. You think I'm joking, but it's serious. Raw denim. It should say. But in general, for jeans, you don't have to wash them that often. Because they have a wash on them that you don't want to necessarily wash off or do whatever. But you know, you honestly just you do you, whatever the fuck. Like if it's not supposed to, but like you really feel like you want to, you need to, just do it. I never put my denim in the freezer. I just put them in the and I just fucking use the washer dryer. Nothing was too crazy. I didn't really ruin any jeans that way, I feel. It was kind of like the same. Yeah, I don't really know the exact reasoning for it. Probably have to do more research, but yeah, the freezer kills slash helps with any odors, I think, when you put it in. So that's the version of like cleaning it and stuff. Why are my jeans so cold whenever I put them? I know. I think Canada all the time. I actually hated putting on jeans in the morning because it was cold. Yep. You live and you learn. Now you're gonna be like, today I learned. All right. I'm gonna stop lollygagging again. Don't try to distract me. What? You're gonna say something about merch? Ah. Hope you feel better. Lots of water. Thank you again, CVHL, for everything. I appreciate it a lot. It was just too nice of you. Especially off stream when I could not even be there to thank you. Sag. Her story of the party. Oh. Maybe I didn't. Okay, I will drink water too. We will both drink water. From New Year's? No! Stop stalling me! Happy New Year, Iconic! Happy New Year! You griefers! Do the hoodies have extra room in them to twerk in? Maybe you should get... Yeah. The short answer is just yes. I'm not gonna be baited to explain more. Very important question, I see. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for asking it. I'm sure the other people in the class also want to know that. Happy New Year! All right, we're going in. It's loading. Hopefully I don't lag and have everything just capiche again. Capuche. Does that go under the FAQ on the store page or, well, guess you guys will have to find out. I don't know anything, which I think is better. How does it work? Okay, genuine question. Or maybe you guys can help me like answer or navigate this because I don't want to like mess up or go against any type of rules or whatever. What happens if you... So the only thing is I saw this thing on my timeline about vaguely some drama or whatever it is. But like what happens if you find out like information that's outside of your character? Like you find out on like a clip or like something else. You just can't use it. But it's like people must know that you must come. Oh, okay, you just pretend to not know about it. Okay, got it. Doomwolf, thank you so much for the 2 years. Happy 2 years. Welcome back. Thank you. Lofi, oh my god, she's so good. I heard one of her Christmas songs. She has other songs, I think, that are amazing. Got it. No, it's good to know. You just pretend not to know about it until it's explained or until something happens. Okay. Thank you. Do you guys know how I can learn about controls as well? Like, how do I learn, is there a, like, list or guide of controls somewhere? Controls are so complicated, no idea. Yeah, I don't mean like something that you have to kind of I guess I mean like if you want to like sit, or if you want to like go like this or something. You know, like how do you learn? Like usually just other people. Oh, I see. Emotes. Yeah, some things. Okay. Oh, emotes I could ask you guys. Okay. Got it. Woo! We're going in. Okay, I'm gonna turn off my music now. I forgot. Because it's not about RP. Okay, got it. Thank you. Last location.